TNA, Victory Road. I'm going to do a wee roundup and all the latest TNA goings on. The pay-per-view was good, solid, wasn't brilliant. I think one of the main things when you're talking about TNA just now is you've got to remember that they're in the middle of a building process. Now, for months and months and months I've been saying TNA rush things far too quickly. And I can understand that. I know they have 1 hour show a week, and that's really not enough as a prime time show. And there is the big talk about trying to get to 2 hours. But it's a difficult one because the company has so much potential. They've got so many great wrestlers there, and it's just a matter of getting them out there, and it's a matter of getting them noticed. And I don't think it was any more noticeable than the Victory Road pay-per-view. And to me, the conclusion I took from that is they're basically now realising that Samoa Joe is very close to leaving the company. Now, for those of you who don't know, he rejected the last contract offer, which is a pretty big one. Apparently it was a pretty big 6-number contract he was offered. But, and understandably, he maybe feels a wee bit mistreated. A lot of people that support TNA and Ring of Honor and wrestling fans in general have been saying for a long time now that he should be world champ. And I tend to agree with that, and I think now it's only a matter of months before he wins that title. If he stays, I mean, the way it's looking just now, fifth programme with him and Kurt Angle is going to build up pretty slowly. That won't leave him much time to win a title, let alone have a proper reign. And it scared the shit out of me. They thought he might go to WWE. I mean, his preferred location is probably Ring of Honor. That would suit him. His wrestling style complements Ring of Honor. But I think about Perstar magazine I read that apparently he's considering, and I say consider, I'm going to use that pretty loosely here, he's considering a move to WWE. And the first thing that comes to my mind, and it still does, is Taz. We all remember Taz when he went to WWE. He came in the House of Fire. He was the ECW World Champion. He was a figurehead. He was running that company. He was pretty much the main figure. And that fire lasted a few months. And WWE put him out. They just put his fire right out. They swept the carpet from right under him. And he's never been the same. He's a pretty average commentator at best, and it scared the shit out of me. His wrestling style wasn't WWE. He wasn't allowed to do suplexes. He wasn't allowed to be the intense character that he was, that made Taz who he was. And this is what scares me. Samoa Joe is not a WWE wrestler. If you think about all the holds he used about 70% holds that WWE wouldn't allow. And I would rather have a full-blown Samoa Joe in Ring of Honor and TNA, not have as many people watch him, than have a Samoa Joe in WWE have bigger crowds, but him be half the wrestler he used to be. That's not what I want to see. And it happened with Rob Van Dam when he went to WWE as well to a lesser extent. I know he got a few pushes and he won the world title, but they took away his whole repertoire of moves. They just totally watered him down to the point he was doing the same spots every single match. And I don't want to see that happen to Samoa Joe. So I hope TNA can have something out with him. And I think I can see a couple of women in the back just now, but yeah. And I think another thing about TNA just now is the Ultimate X, the X Division. Now, what is happening with this? Do we have a situation just now where Chris Daniels has basically been put in the same position he's been put in so many times before? It seems to me that his feud with Sting failed. He didn't seem to move on any more in stature. I think as far as right now goes, he's stumped. He can't really do much more than he's already doing. And a match with Samoa Joe was probably pretty good, but I just don't know where the Chris Daniels character is going. And it was a pretty big win for him at Victory Road, so I just really don't see what another X Division title reign would do for him. I'm still a wee bit fuming that they took the title off Jay Lethal so early. I think he had potential to be a strong champion. I've not watched Impact yet. I'll need to watch last week's Impact. Her Justice is August 12th, I think it is. Yeah, August 12th. I don't know if there's been any matches confirmed yet. I'm going to watch the tape the Impact of like right after this video. I think there's a few other things at TNA just now. And I think right now would be the perfect chance for them to start again. Because we're entering the end of summer. This is normally the best time to start new cycles. I think they have to get rid of Team 3d. Now, I'm going to be fair to Team 3d. I was pleasantly surprised with their match at Victory Road. But then you have to remember they were in the ring with Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe, two of the best wrestlers. So that to me explains why. And if it's a pretty big reason, just a wee bit of a big reason, you know, why they had a decent match. And the same with VKM, the boring chant said it all. Bash them, get rid of them. I was a massive fan of New Age Outlaws in WWE, but their time's passed. They're washed up. They're fat. They're not the same guys they were. And originally when VKM came into TNA with the storyline of hating Vince and DX and blah blah blah, it was entertaining for about 5 minutes, and it grew old very, very quickly. And now you're watching them, and they're just trying to rekindle old glories, and they're failing badly. But it just teams like this, it just has-beens. The TNA has to eliminate these has-beens and need to build new stars. And that's another thing I'm not happy about. Why is AJ Styles like Christian's bitch? I mean, why is he? I don't understand it. AJ Styles is a talented wrestler, and I can understand why he's not been using as many spots. Heels don't use spots. Heels can't afford to get cheers. They can't do anything to make the crowd cheer them. But with that said, there's no reason why AJ Styles should be in the position he is just now. AJ Styles, to me, behind Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle, is the best wrestler in TNA. He's a fucking... Words don't really do AJ Styles justice. His matches are innovative and they're offensive. And they're one of a kind. He's just a really, really good wrestler. And I think it's a bit gutting to see him in the position he is just now. But this is one of the main conclusions I'm coming to. I mean, most of these stars that I'm disappointed with just now are the TNA homegrown stars. Like they made their name in Ring of Honor, but TNA gave them the sort of spring they needed to become bigger name stars. And right now, it just seems that TNA are more interested in has-beens and the guys that have already held a spot. And they don't really seem to have a hunger. Their matches are sloppy. A Team 3d match, a VKM match, they're sloppy. And then they need to eliminate this for their product. They have to take a few chances. They've got to. If ever there's a chance for TNA to catch up with WWE, it was right now. WWE are getting extensive list injuries, and TNA, you need to do something about it. Because when Jericho, Mysterio, Triple H, all these guys come back, it's big names that, fair enough, they might not be the same wrestlers they were, but it's names that the people want to see. And I just feel that TNA are going to miss their opportunity to catch them. But yeah, that's an update for TNA. I'm going to try and do this more often, like do a wee update on all the promotions. I hate these people that they slate one promotion and then praise another in the same video. I like to talk about both aspects, if I can. Now, I know I've done a few videos the last few days, and I just want to thank anyone that subscribed to me. And I'm going to keep doing these videos. Fair enough, I'll leave on Friday for Wales for a week. But yeah, I'm going to keep doing videos because I do enjoy it. So thanks a lot, guys.